Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today is June 12th, 2017. And we're going to take a look at a Operculicarya decaryi, which is a succulent plant from Madagascar. It's known as the elephant trunk tree. It's great for bonsai. It grows about 30 feet tall in the wild, but you can keep them as bonsai. Very nice. They have small leaves. And the one I have is in need of a lot of help. So we're going to take a look and see this total makeover we're going to do for this plant. Hold on. Okay, here it's a big pot it's in. It's an interesting looking tree. It's slanted here. It needs to be straightened out. And you can see these little tiny leaves that it has here. And it's a really interesting tree. And this stuff here all needs to be cleaned out. So we're going to do all this. Okay, hold on. Got a nice looking mushroom growing up here. They've been coming out. We had a lot of rain here after having no rain for quite a while. So we're getting all kinds of things growing. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to empty this thing out. I've got a ton of rocks in here, which make this very heavy. So I'm going to start getting rid of all the rocks. Things like this guy here. And we'll start pulling out this artillery fern, which is a weed down here. They have very small little seeds all over all of them. And once you pull them out, they're dropping their seeds like crazy and they keep starting again. It's tough to keep up with these guys, but if you do persevere at it and keep on pulling them out day after day, eventually you can get it pretty much clear. But you still have to keep looking at stuff. Now this sphagnum moss I see in here, it's a bit old, it's dark, it's beginning to turn into peat moss. So let's see what we got here. Oh boy. A lot of old sphagnum moss in here. So I'll loosen this up so I can get it out. I may be changing pots for this thing too. That's a big heavy pot and it's hard for me to work with, so let's see what we got going here. So I start by washing away the sphagnum moss that's old and it's just dark. That's really turning into peat moss. I mean, it'd be okay, but I want to give this plant a really good start now. So I'm going to keep on working on this and I'll get back to you when it's cleaned out a little bit better. I just noticed something else here up back. I have this pineapple top that I planted years ago. We had a pineapple from it last year and now we got another one coming. So you can take the tops of pineapples, cut them off, and throw them in soil or sphagnum moss and they will start to grow. Here's what I got. The plant's getting out. I'm just cleaning off the roots. So you want to clean out anything growing in there, any of these weeds, and I have some clover growing in here. I'm just pulling them out with my fingers here, getting rid of it, and getting this plant ready to be transplanted. Now the question is, where do I want to transplant it into? Clean this up a little. Now I love this pot here. This is the pot with my old juniper in it, which I think is pretty much dead. So I'm going to put this over here and we'll see if it comes back by any odd chance. I'll put it in another pot then. Now, can I put this plant in this pot? I don't think so. It's a little too big for it. So we're going to have to find another pot. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, I'm looking at this pot here as a possible new pot for this, and this one here might be just fine. In fact, I think this is going to be it. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is put some sphagnum moss in here and get this pot ready to accept the new tree. Okay, I needed some more sphagnum moss. So I got some dry sphagnum moss, and you have to wet it down. Trick is to not get too close to it and try not to breathe in any of the particles. Okay, it's all wetted down. Now it's time to start getting things together here inside this pot. Okay, I'm going to be taking the tree here and putting sphagnum moss into these areas where the roots go, and usually it holds it for you, which is nice. You can take some more and put it in here and find spots for it, and then kind of get it ready to sit in here. That looks like a pretty good height for it. So I'm just going to start putting these other roots in here and putting the sphagnum moss right on top, holding it in place, starting to press down a little. Remember, you got to press down and make this stuff compact. That's the best way for it. You don't want air spaces in there if possible. Now look, it's already standing up and doing pretty good. Okay, I'll come back. Now you can see all this water coming out. You can get rid of that. But I'm really pressing this down. I'm making this secure. And there it is, and that's pretty easy, and this plant is just going to love this. The sphagnum moss is very medicinal, the roots will be doing great. Okay, we're going to take us over to the other area where we can see a little bit better about how we're going to trim it up and shape it. Okay, so here we see this plant which has been doing well, it's growing well, but it needs to be trimmed. I like these plants to have lateral growth, branches that are going to the side rather than upright. And I'm still working on this. I'm not sure exactly how I want this to go. I think I want this to go. Couple long ones back here. Okay, I think that's kind of a good base shape for it. Now we'll let it grow in, which it will do, and we'll see what it becomes. Now it's time to finish it off a little. I'm going out here to look for some surface moss, which I found here in front of the house. I'm going to dig some of this up and put it in there. Here's a nice sheet. Using this scraper here. Okay, now using a spray these down, try and get rid of the artillery fern in there. And you want to wash the backs off and get the sand and dirt off. Okay, I've decided to take this rock. It's a nice little rock. I'm going to put it in here somewhere. Let's see where I want to put it. Maybe back here. I just go and dig out a little bit of a hole and put some of the moss in around it. Push it down hard onto the sphagnum moss, because you have to make good contact for it to take. Okay, let's go clean it up a little. Okay, so here we have it. Still a couple of weeds to pull out. Okay. Okay, I also decided to put this little guy in here. I'm just going to wipe this thing off, wash it off a little, clean it up a little. The tree a little watering, always good to get rid of pests that way and other stuff that shouldn't be on there. And here you have it, Operculicarya decaryi. Nice tree. I think they're hard to find now, but I'm not sure. These are a couple of years old, the ones I got here. Anyway, great plant for bonsai. Try it if you can get it, and have fun with your bonsai.